Hello, Bangalore. So, how's your day? Let's get started. So, it's been great to share something that humanity has been doing for centuries, which is none other than recruitment. So, we all have been a tribe few centuries ago. We have been as a hunter, gatherer, survivor. Every successful tribe has five important functions, I would say, which is on bringing food to and resources, spreading word about the tribe or the clan, and then managing the day-to-day activities of the operations, experimenting and innovating, and also kind of finding and nurturing people. In modern day terms, we call this as sales, marketing, operations, R&D, and of course, human resource. So even back then, finding good people, good talent was tough. It took weeks to convince somebody to join your clan, and the success of the tribe itself depends on the people that you're choosing. Fast forward to today. So we have built incredible technology around different departments. So take sales, for example. In 1980s, we were all bookkeeping in the kind of paper. And then it moved on to Salesforce and all these sophisticated tools. Coming to marketing, we all know television to newspapers to digital ads, now AI ads. It's all phenomenal growth that we have seen. Operations, again, if you have a 10,000 member team, it is easy to handle now. You know which team is doing which task and when they are going to complete it at the tip of your finger. Coming to human resource. In the 80s, the recruiter was calling, scheduling calls, interviewing. Today, you see, the same thing is happening. Only difference I see is that instead of landline phones, they get into mobile phones now. So is that the innovation that we want to see in the recruitment or in the HR space in general? No, right? The irony is HR or the recruiter, that department is the department that actually hired and built all the other teams. But somehow they have been left out of the party. So let's do a reality check now from the audience side. In 2025, how many days do you think it would take to hire for one position? Let me repeat the question. In 2025, how many days it is going to take to hire one position? Anybody from the audience? Any guess? 6 months. Okay. Yeah, experience from your organization as well. You have open positions as right. 2 months. 1 year. Okay, great. That's how broken the system is. As per SHRM, it says on average it takes 23 long days to hire a person in the era of AI. So world is moving at the speed of the thought, while the recruitment still moves at the speed of the paperwork. This needs to change. By the way, I'm Adityan, co-founder and CEO of hiring.com. We are building AI agents for HR, where the AI agents such as resume screener, phone screener, coding interviewer, video interviewer, the ATS, functions asynchronously, conducting thousands of interview before this keynote ends, and then giving out the best candidates, giving equal opportunity to all the applicants, and giving out a full page report on all the candidates. So coming to the theme of the keynote, fast, fair, and human. Touching on the first thing, fast, how fast it's going to be. So currently recruiters are spending about 70% of their time in screening, scheduling calls, asking the same questions again and again. 70%. So in summary, if you see, this is going to be manual, repeatable, predictable tasks again. So in short, it's just a machine job. So I was just curious, is AI taking our jobs, or have you been doing AI's jobs for so long? So let's take Sarvana Kumar, a fictional character, into place. What is he doing currently as a recruiter? He posts a job on LinkedIn or Naukri or Dice.com, waits for weeks, get thousands of resumes, obviously, for any company. Then he does his own guesswork of shortlisting using his magical filters, education, say keywords or something like that. And then an interesting thing happens, which is bias, conscious or unconscious bias that he has based on, say, class, color, creed, or anything of that sort. And he shortlists, say, 50 members, right? Because that is what is humanly possible today through a phone call. And even that is taking 23 days. So almost 95% of the stack of the applicants are getting ghosted in the first place. So what's the good thing for this? What's the solution? You need to conduct at least 50% of interviews for 50% of the candidates. But is that humanly possible? Not possible. That's why AI comes into place. AI serves as a rescue for the recruiters and does these things. Imagine this. You post a job, you get thousands of applications. When the candidate clicks apply now button, he gets a phone call, he gets his resume screened. The AI asks objective level questions. Underline that word, objective level questions. If it qualifies, it moves on to a video call. Again, you might have thousands of questions. How is the video going to be empathetic? How is the AI going to ask deep dive questions? That's all already covered. So in few minutes, say for example, thousands of applications apply at the same time. AI can do interviews at the same time. It can conduct interviews, record the interview, evaluate the candidates, detect whether the candidate is trying to cheat or not. It can give you lots of insights on, say, which cheating tool he is using, how is his communication score, technical score, and of course, the integrity checks, the other insights such as what is his confidence level, what is his clarity of speech, his confidence, all these within 10 minutes. So imagine all the 1,000 candidates interviewed at the same time when he has the highest interest level, which means when he clicks the apply now button. It gets filtered and the company gets the top candidates. Here, it's not the advantage for the companies alone, it's advantage for the candidates as well, because if at all the candidate did not present himself, or if he did not have the chance, he would have not got the job itself. He would have not got the opportunity to interview itself. He would have got ghosted in the first place. So this is one of the sample reports, is how this report will look like, and what is the tool that he is using, what is the engagement vibes that he has, cognitive insights, and so on. So touching the second point on the fairness. Again, two sides of the coin. One is candidate. This is the top problem in fairness. Candidate trying to cheat on interviews, and the recruiters are having a bias. So let's jump one by one. I'd like to trigger a question here. How do you identify cheating candidates in an interview today? From your experience of conducting interviews. Yes, please. Share the screen. Okay, cool. Got it. Follow-up questions, easy to answer. I have tools. It will tell me the answers. But however, yes, you'll go dive deep. Okay, cool. Okay, eye tracking, whether he's seeing somewhere and reading or not. Okay, cool. Any other things? Voice modulation, or say external device connection, as you mentioned, the tab switching or eyeball movements, or say lip syncing. But I can assure you, there are different tools in the market that is not identifiable. It is just in the stealth mode. You do a small Google search, AI interview tools, you get a lot of them. They're solving for the candidates. for the wrong side. And the irony is that I don't need to press any keys or ask anything or do any search or I need to have a friend there. It auto populates all the answers in the screen. Even if you share the entire screen, it is invisible because they have desktop level system access that makes it invisible even if you share the entire screen. So this is a good problem that we'll need to solve. So a stat says that before AI coming into place, online or say virtual interviews had 40% of candidates cheating. And the number has increased to 60% thanks to the AI cheating tools in the market. So just imagine what impact it's going to create once these candidates are going to come on a company and make some changes, and they recruiting other persons as well. It's going to be disastrous. Again, as I was telling about the company side, Sarana Kumar has an unconscious bias. Let's keep pushing him to recruit. So companies like hiring, which we are doing, has to do responsible AI, where one of our competitors recently they got into the 10 billion club last week. Mercer, anybody heard of Mercer? Yes. So they also bet Mark Zuckerberg and became the trio self-made billionaires. They're just 22 years old, by the way. They're building into this system. They're building into this category of doing all these things and also saving the top two problems of cheating and also bias into the recruiter system. So I keep on getting the questions like, okay, Adityan, you have built something. So is it going to replace the recruiters? Or say, is it going to change the game? Is it going to do end to end? Will recruiters really have the job now? We are not a company that says AI can do everything. We still need humans into different sectors. What we are doing is just replacing the first two rounds of interviews where it is very repeatable and manual task, which AI interestingly does well. That's where we are trying to replace. We're not saying the whole process can be AI. That again is going to be bad. So AI cannot do these things. It cannot have empathy or say cultural understanding of the company. I'd like to conclude here with the human thing by saying, let us have the human in the human recruiter, but let's make that human more smarter, fairer, and faster. Thank you for this opportunity.